Well, welcome everyone. My name is Terza Ekholm, and I am an AI artist. However, I started out my first career as a software engineer and did that career, loved it for 18 years. And then when it was complete, it was time to move on to something else. And who knew I would ever become an artist? I didn't have any formal training. A friend of mine showed me how to create some textile art. So I made textile sculptures and I discovered textile art and absolutely fell in love with it. And then, of course, I did take some beginning classes in acrylics and watercolors and some others, but because of my nature, I just combined everything together. Then along came digital art, which I absolutely fell in love with. However, when AI came along and I discovered how to use it to make art, I was totally in love. One of the benefits, huge benefits of AI is that you can try so many different combinations within a matter of moments, unlike being in the real physical studio where I would work on something maybe for hours or days or weeks, and then I would get to the end and say, not quite what I want, and then I would start over. So it had a different level of satisfaction because moving with your hands is really, really great. But here is a sample of some of the work that I've done, and I just want to point out a couple of things here. So in this lower right-hand corner, at least it's my right corner, here it is a logo I created for a genealogist. She was struggling to get AI to produce the thing that she was looking for, so I paid attention to what she said, and then I created the image part, and then over in Canva, of course, I added the words directly there. This image right here, which has a clock with a lot of different things coming out of it, this was done for a friend of mine who does a Facebook group, and he teaches ways to save time so you can make more money. And so he just loved it, and we incorporated that into his Facebook group profile. And then up here, this one with the building was kind of the pink neon lines. She wanted something because she's posting a job board. And so she wanted this image, and then, of course, later I added the text that belonged. The rest of these are really more kind of some fun. I bet you didn't know that AI could show you crocheted images, and as well as a lot of healing images as I go through with my parents on their healing journey through cancer. And I make things for birthdays, Mother Days, graduations, just all kinds of fun stuff, just using words. So all of this came about, of course, because AI made it possible for us to create art simply with our words. However, it does require some iteration sometimes and refinements, so it doesn't always come popping out as this wonderful thing, just like a lot of art we make ourselves. So I wanted to mention here, this is one of my students. When I originally created this course, it was during the pandemic when we were all locked down and we needed to do everything via home. This is Donna Mitchell. She was already a retired executive after a distinguished career in corporate, so airline industry. I think she invented the loyalty points, the loyalty clubs that we all know and love today, or maybe we don't love, but they were fabulous when they were going. She was instrumental in a few other industries, including pharmaceuticals, and she was retired. But she took my course because she was curious, and she was thrilled with being able to create art with AI. And she'd never really thought of herself as artistic, but when she started doing these things, she fell in love. She also, because of what I was telling her about blockchain, Web3 technology, she came out of retirement, embraced these technologies, and started her own podcast, which, as you can see here, is called Pivoting to Web3. So wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts, you might want to check her out. This free course that I'm talking about is Unleashing Your Inner Artist Using AI. So when I had a physical studio in downtown Colorado Springs, the thing I heard a lot was people would say, "Oh, I love your art, and I could never be that creative." And I would say, "But of course you can." And then they would usually tell me some horrible story about an art teacher that really belittled them and their art, and they never wanted to do anything again. So I came on a mission sort of to let people know, yes, they can be creative, and AI's made it so much easier. So I created this beautiful online course on the Great Discovery platform, which we will talk about later, but it's fabulous for hosting courses. The course that I created is suitable for all levels, from beginners to seasoned pro, because even the seasoned pros have something to learn here. And we cover from basic to intermediate steps. This is also intended for people who haven't embraced AI yet, or are nervous a little bit about trying, or just want to know how to get better. Alex and I got together, and Alex became my first student, so he recorded some of the sessions with me so I could teach him how to use this art app so he also could create art. And it is one that you can download to your phone. So he had some ideas of what he wanted to create, and then I showed him how to iterate and refine directly on the app, and then go over a little bit about what you can do with the art once you've created it. So we'll go over some fundamentals of AI art, how to craft prompts, and then how to refine. And then we talk a little bit about ethical considerations. What I like to remind people is that centuries ago, people would grab their canvases or their sketch pads and go to the great galleries and sit at the feet of the masters, or at least the masters' artworks, and copy them until they learned what they needed to learn, so then they could go off and create their own styles. And that's kind of what we're doing with AI as well. And then, of course, where we're going with all of this. So I threw this one up here because this is a personal journey, more of a personal journaling technique that I use AI for. So it's super easy to get started. Alex did put the link down in the chat. You can also just scan this QR code. It'll take you to the same place. Super easy to sign up. No credit card. It's free, and it will never cost you anything for this particular course. And then a couple of other places to connect with me. So I want to thank you for taking some time out of your busy day to attend my presentation.